Welcome to Patrick's Models and Cobbler. What am I doing here with a pair of shoes of my wife? My wife's shoes. These are a pair of man-made suede, so they're not real suede. No, they're fabric. Pair of pumps with a 9.5 centimeter heel that she bought unpainted. They're her size, so EU 39, UK 6. The problem is that she has an identical pair which are the same size, but they actually fit her better. Because these very often shoe manufacturers, this is just from Kiabi, is a clothes store. They have the shoes made by different shoe factories all over the place, and it might happen that the last, that's the part where you fit the shoe on, the last, which is a 39 last, might be slightly bigger. They're not always the same size. So sometimes she's a 39, sometimes she's a 38. In this case, it's a 39, it fits, but it's a biggish 39. So in reality, she would need a 38.5. So sometimes 39 fits like a glove or like a shoe, and sometimes it's a bit slack. In this case here, it's a bit slack. And the left one in particular generally always have a bigger foot and a smaller foot. In her case, her smaller foot is the left one, tends to slip at the back to the heel sort of pops out. And so what's the solution? Either you fit what you call a heel gripper here in the heel seat, but in this case here it's just slightly too big, and what would happen, her foot would get pushed too far forward into the front of the shoe, and it would be tight and annoying. Because one of the tricks on high-heeled shoes is that the instep here, the toe box, has to be nice and wide, so that the wearer can move her toes inside while wearing the shoe. Anyway, so what's the solution? I'm just going to put a breathable half insole made in leather with a sort of rubber padding underneath. This is like a breathable rubber padding, I think that's what it says. It's also non-sweat. What does it say here? Is it written in English? In English, half insole in natural leather combined with activated carbon latex. That's what it is. Reduces the shoe size by half a number without changing the heel position in the shoe, which is very useful, because you're not getting pushed forward. You're not the shoe isn't getting bigger, etc., etc. And the carbon latex actually helps the breathability of the shoe. So in this case here, not only is a shoe half a number smaller, which is exactly what she needs, it increases the padding, because of course all the weight on a high-heeled shoe is on the ball of the foot. No, makes it more comfortable. This is not a leather insole. This is man-made, kind of papery kind of product. This stuff here then tends to disintegrate in time. But not being man-made, being man-made, not being natural, not being a leather insole, it's not breathable, you know. So this will increases breathability, and so this shoe, which is actually a very good quality shoe, it's a very well made, really a very well made shoe, and apparently she says very comfortable for being a high heel. It's got a 9.5 centimeter heel there. I've not got the tripod or anything on, so what am I actually doing now? I've fitted the insoles for her, but I'm going to hold them in position with a little bit of 3M double-sided tape, which is dreadful stuff to get out. And as you can see, I always cut it in a sort of the shape, a sort of trapeze, because this way it'll, and I put it right here, I fit it right here. I'll do it off camera because I haven't got another hand. And I generally catch it right there, because this is a point where it's not really in contact with the foot, because the foot arches here, and the actual contact with the insole is down here. And this way these shoes can be used without the things coming off accidentally, or it just becomes uncomfortable and there's no control in walking. So the problem is here. The important thing anyway, if we see the heel seat on a shoe, it's always in a rough material up there, because that catches on the back of the foot, and that way the shoe doesn't slip off. Another very important thing in shoes, in high heel shoes, is that here the heel seat mustn't be too high. If it's too high, it'll touch the ankle, it'll rub and chafe, cause blisters. If it's too low, it won't grip and the shoe will slip off at the back. So this is a part that has to be very well balanced according to the size of the shoe of the wearer. And another curiosity on high heel shoes is that the bigger, so in this case here it's a 9.5 centimeter heel, and I'm going to try and show you how you measure that. You get your ruler and you measure from the base of the heel, the tip of the heel, up to the point where the heel comes in contact with the upper, and you can see it's 9.5. So that's the height of the heel, because that is how high the heel elevates the wearer. It's the external part, not the internal part. So righto, that's a little overview on the heel. Here you can even see under here, you can see the shape of the shank. The shank is this metal plate that supports the arch of the foot, and also the heel is screwed onto it, so it makes everything very, very solid. And but I'll be able to show you how the heel is fitted on another identical pair of shoes in another video. So we'll talk about that in another video. So let me get this job finished, then we have to go out. Cheerio, see you next time.